So today we're going to talk about making a decision. And is any decision a simple yes or no? Yeah, some of them may be simple yeses or no when you're trying to decide to do something. However, most are not that simple. So most have at least just some thought that goes into it. And so if I ask you something, for the most part, people don't just say yes, no, without putting any thought into it. What happens is a lot of people sometimes subconsciously weigh the pros and the cons and then make a decision based on that. So for example, if I just walk up to you on the street and say, hey, can I see $20? Okay. Or if you're carrying something, can I see that cup? So for the most part, you might think, why do you want the cup? So should I give it to you? Shouldn't I? And so you might think, all right, well, let's see. If I give it to him, make me a nice person, and I may have confidence he's going to give it back, and maybe he's going to, do unto others. But on the other side, he may just take it and run away, or he may throw it on the ground, or he may, there's something in there to drink, he might drink it. And so, after that, you'll come to some decision. Now, for the most part, you don't put that much thought into it, but there's still at least some thought that does go in. And so when it comes to making a decision, there are two types of analyses, two ways that we make decisions. And let me see. Here it is. So the first way that we make a decision is by doing what is called a cost-benefit analysis. Okay. And the second is by doing a cost-effective analysis. Okay. So let's talk about the second one first, the cost-effective analysis, the CEA. A cost-effective analysis is a technique for making decisions where you compare the pros and the cons. Okay. And by the way, I use pros and cons and costs and benefits kind of interchangeably, so just keep that in mind. For these circumstances, they have the same meaning. But anyway, so you make your decision by comparing the pros and the cons, and you make a decision if the benefits outweigh the cost. Now, with the cost-effective analysis, it is very subjective. Okay. And so what that means is it can be, well, let's see. I'm trying to think if I should get a knee operation or not. That's an example we're going to use. So I'm trying to decide if I should get knee surgery or not. Let's see. Well, there's the price of it, so it's going to cost me money. But then on the other side of it, well, it could be painful. There's risk. Maybe I'll just, it might be worse. I want to look at that, and I think I'll pass. Okay. So it's very subjective. And this is how a lot of people make their decisions, by doing a cost-effective analysis. Right. That's no fun. What's the fun in that from an economic standpoint? So the cost-benefit analysis, which is the other one, takes the cost-effective analysis and it takes it one step further. It looks at that decision-making process, but it also quantifies everything. All right, it puts everything into values. All right, and so the cost-benefit analysis is objective. Okay, so you're actually going through and you're going to put values on all of these costs and benefits. Okay. Now, the one thing to note before we move forward is sometimes things aren't easy to put values on. Okay. And for example, a benefit of going to the doctor could be you don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's a benefit. All right. but how much do you have to, how do you value that? So basically, when it comes to values and costs that are not really quantified, so if it's a benefit, okay, you have to ask yourself this question: how much am I willing to pay? Okay, so with the benefit, you could say, how much am I willing to pay to get that benefit? All right, that's how much it's worth to you. That's what the value is. Now, for the cost, you can ask yourself, how much do I need to get paid? Okay, so in that case, if it's a cost, you can say, how much do I have to get paid for that to not be an issue? Okay, so how much am I willing to pay for it to go away, or how much do I have to get paid in order to be okay with it? Okay. So, for example, let's say that if you go to the doctor, you can say, all right, well, if I go to the doctor, I'm really worried that he's going to find something, or she's going to find something. To quantify that worry of not going to the doctor, you can say, well, let's see, how much does somebody have to pay me for me to basically get over that? Okay. So these are going to vary person by person, but this just kind of gives you an idea.